Alrighty, ladies, it is time to stop making excuses and to make time to study yourself. So you can first and foremost understand why you don't feel confident, actually fix the right thing instead of guessing, and to become your most beautiful, most magnetic version of yourself. Not only is this going to make you feel more confident and vibrant, this is going to save you a lot of money and time because you'll stop fixing symptoms and start fixing the actual root. If you're new here, hi there, I'm Samira. I talk about feminine energy, mindset, and rebuilding your life in a way that actually works for women without the burnout and extremes. Have you ever met a woman that just knows? She's not guessing what haircut works for her face, not buying 5 foundations and hoping that one finally matches, not copying a trend and wondering why it doesn't look the same on her. She just knows. And it looks absolutely effortless. And because she's not constantly guessing, she has all this energy left over for her business, for her relationships, for attracting what she wants instead of chasing it. But did you really think she was born knowing all of that? No, no. She studied herself. And that's the part no one talks about. The goal of studying yourself is not to become a different person or to fix yourself into someone else's version of hot. It's so you stop chasing the wrong problem, spending money and energy on the outside when the real issue was never your face to begin with. Trust me, I did it for a very long time. I tried every trend. I copied beauty routines from girls that looked nothing like me. To give you a glimpse, I was a brown girl that grew up in Nashville, Tennessee, so you kind of know who I was surrounded by. A lot of girls that just did not look like me. So for years, I was following a blueprint. Beautiful blondes, blue eyes, a lot of girls that just did not have the same features as me. That was never built for my face, body, and hair. And real quick, before we dive in, if you're tired of hustling and have this strong calling to slow down, I created a free 7-day soft life workbook challenge. It's a simple but powerful way to shift your energy and habits in alignment with the woman that you deserve to become. You can grab it for free in the link below. Now, of course, I can just sit here and give you all of the glow up tips like a lot of other creators out there. Gua sha, dry brushing, laser hair removal, which I do and they do work, but this is not what this video is about. I need you to focus on the root cause first. As in, why do you feel the need to constantly watch glow up videos every few years or so? Because what works for me may not work for you. Every woman is different. So now let's learn how to study yourself first. Okay, so just a heads up, there are 5 sections. It's a lot to take in. And I'm not joking around when it comes to you need to make time to study yourself. Number 1, I need you to find the root issue. A lot of women feel like once they want to glow up, they have to tackle 5 different problems at once. However, most likely 9 times out of 10, it's usually one big thing that needs to be addressed. And once that is addressed, there is a ripple effect after that. And psychologically, this one core insecurity ripples into confidence, your energy, your relationships. An example of mine is that I had gained a lot of weight and I was looking for other avenues to make myself feel better, whether it was buying new clothes or trying up new makeup routines. But in reality, I just needed to address the weight gain to feel my most confident self. Here are some other examples of root causes that could be the cause of why you feel you have 20 insecurities. Let's say it's your hormones and you're not in sync with your cycle. So what this hormonal issue looks like is that you first and foremost don't have discipline because you're fighting against your body, you're not in sync with it. Second, you could be having facial acne because of your hormonal disruptions. And third, maybe you don't have energy most of the time because you're not, like I said, eating and resting and working out when you're supposed to within the cycle. So addressing your hormonal issue could be the root cause of why you have all these insecurities. You don't like how your skin looks, lack of energy because of how you eat, not liking your makeup because of how your skin looks, figure out, and of course, not having energy because you're just not in tune with your body. Another example of a root cause causing all of your insecurities is feeling that you need more money to feel put together. I know some women that believe that because they're not wearing designer or the latest trends that are really expensive, that are just not the most beautiful version of themselves just because they're not wearing the latest, most expensive things out there. Therefore, they exude that insecure energy. Or another root issue is just not feeling lovable or attractive enough. And you've just kind of given up. You've just accepted the fact that I'm just not that pretty and you have some deep wound that you need to address. When in reality, you just have this anxious attachment where you're chasing validation instead of attracting it. Or let's say that you've just become a mom and you feel like you don't have time for anything, when in reality, you've just lost your routine and not your features. Do you feel like any of these excuses or reasons are big enough, or what's holding you back from taking the time to really focus on yourself and invest in yourself? What is it, like I said, no time because you're a mom, you don't have enough money for the latest cosmetic surgeries, or is it because you just feel like you're unloved and when in reality you just have anxious attachment? Which one is it? And once you figure out this root cause, trust me, this will address a lot of the biggest issues. You can start working on how to address this core problem. Now, a tangible action that I want you to take away is to start journaling, and I have 3 questions I want you to answer. What is one thing people constantly compliment you on? This surfaces your natural strengths, and it's often the things that you downplay or don't fully believe in. Now, this is useful because usually your root issue is something that people rarely compliment you on, and this helps you narrow down to a problem that doesn't exist, so you can focus your search elsewhere. Now, another question I want you to ask yourself is, what are you tolerating right now? Now, this helps you actually address a certain symptom. For example, weight gain, or low energy, or a wardrobe that doesn't fit, or feeling invisible. And in your head, you might be thinking this is just stress, or this is just motherhood. And once you tie in your explanation of this root issue, right? Like, let's say, I'm just tolerating my weight gain, but it's just part of motherhood. That tells you that you're using motherhood as the root issue of why you're not investing in yourself. Kind of like an excuse. But we're narrowing down what is your main root issue. But I want to help you really get there because this is the core of everything I'm talking about next. The third question I want you to ask yourself to figure out the root issue: if you fixed one thing, what would change everything else? Now, this is the ripple effect test. This can help you move from a list of 5 problems into one big issue. While you take your time to answer this question, you can surprisingly pinpoint something specific about yourself that you didn't really notice. You can say, maybe I need to be happier. Not like I need to be happier, but if I lost the weight, or if I actually slept, or if I stopped comparing myself to my sister. And that answer is the root issue. I'm just giving an example out there. Now, you must be wondering, like, Samira, this is so deep. Why are we going that deep? I thought I clicked on this video to become my hottest self. Well, to be your hottest self, I am a true believer that you need to address all insecurities and all inner wounds and just really improve your inner world for a better outer world. And the women that are confident, that are magnetic, that are just effortless, they know what their insecurities are and they have addressed it. And this is the first step in how you could do it too. Now we're getting to section number 2, and it's kind of piggybacking off of section 1, but I need you to study your subconscious patterns. Somewhere growing up, you learned one painful belief about yourself, and you've been trying to prove it wrong or hide it ever since without realizing it. That belief is what's actually running your confidence and beauty motivation, not your face and not your body. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I grew up in Tennessee. And Tennessee is predominantly white, and although over the years it's grown a lot to be more diverse, when I grew up there, it was mostly me, the brown girl, in a class full of like beautiful white girls. Now, because of that, I had all these insecurities based on my environment, and this is before social media. So obviously, it was like likely to compare yourself to girls around you and not girls on social media. Like, I'm a millennial, grew up in the 90s and 2000s, and I'm Middle Eastern, and I had light skin and very thick black hair over my skin. And I remember feeling so self-conscious about this growing up. Like, I was mortified if someone were to see me wear shorts or show my leg in any form, because I felt like my legs stood out compared to everyone else, because everyone else had like tan skin and blonde hair where you couldn't even tell. Mine was very visible. So I was always terrified of my legs showing during PE in some form. And because of that, I built this insecurity that I just don't belong here. Because I was comparing myself to a standard that was never built for me. And another insecurity I had was that I had crooked teeth, and a lot of girls my age in Nashville got braces in middle school. And because my parents were immigrants and were not, there to be able to afford, braces at that time, I did eventually get braces, but in high school. So that was another big insecurity for me growing up, of thinking like, oh my God, I have this coarse black hair, and now I don't have crooked teeth. And so I was so insecure and self-conscious because of all the girls around me not having these issues that I did. And of course, this created a core wound for me, and that was I don't belong here. And that kind of trickled through my adult life. I was constantly comparing myself to a standard that wasn't built for me. Now what are some other common wounds that you may experience? Other common wounds that you see is, for example, I'm not enough, or I have to earn my love, where you constantly feel like you have to fix yourself for approval and nothing ever satisfies you. Now, here's how it can affect you psychologically. Unnamed wounds can have you chasing the wrong finish line. You can hit every beauty goal and still feel like that kid that was different. So, for the longest time, I didn't feel confident because I was constantly comparing myself to girls around me. However, I am Afghan and I grew up watching Bollywood movies. I found myself really being drawn to Bollywood actresses, which were Indian actresses who had similar features as myself. And so, you know what? I was like, you know what? They have the same features as me. And so, whenever I went to an event, I would look up famous actresses and would, try to replicate their styles, their hairs, their makeup styles. And I got so many compliments afterwards. And after that, it was, when I started university, it was the rise of the Kardashians, and everyone started, beauty standards started changing, and everyone was obsessed with that Armenian dark featured look. And started, my world kind of opened up to like, okay, those girls kind of have my dark features too, and they're getting a lot of compliments, and people find that attractive. And long story short, I learned that all this time I had all these core wounds, comparing myself to girls around me, when in reality of just me embracing my natural features and understanding that there's a world bigger than myself in Nashville. And I started traveling more. I went to go visit Dubai and I saw Arab girls that had my features and were very beautiful. And like I said, watching Bollywood. And I just realized that, okay, oh my gosh, like I need to stop trying to compare myself or try to make myself look like the girls around me in school and just start embracing it. And once I addressed that core wound and started, embracing my own natural, unique features and started learning to work with myself, I became a lot more confident and always keep myself in check now. If I were to feel insecure, if this is a core wound that I had developed growing up, for example, me comparing myself to people that did not look like me. So, what I want you to understand from this is that when you start understanding your subconscious patterns that always bring you down, try to figure out what that core wound came from. What happened to you, or what belief, what did someone tell you as a kid that has stuck with you that you keep replaying over and over again and believe, which is not necessarily true. What are some ways you can figure out your core wounds? So one way you can ask yourself is like, what is something that you got teased about a lot? Or where were there times where you felt like you were doing the most? Or even times when you didn't feel like enough growing up? That you can ask yourself is, what is one compliment that you struggle to agree with? Like, notice that when someone compliments you, do you deflect it? Do you argue with it? Or do you explain it away? Like, what is that compliment? And why do you feel that way? Another way is that when you look in the mirror and you feel a sense of disappointment, what is the actual sentence in your head? And say it out loud, just so that you could pinpoint that and start thinking, working against me, or is it actually serving me? Once you understand your core wounds, you can understand why you self-sabotage, why this feels like a vicious cycle, and why this is a pattern that keeps coming up. So finding a root issue and identifying your subconscious patterns of core wounds. Once you figure these two out, like really dig deep and understand how you feel about yourself and how you've been believing these things about yourself all these years, once you figure that out, it will unlock so much potential, so much confidence, where it will open up, which is why I started this video with these two deep, thought-provoking sections that go beyond how you look. And hopefully this will unravel great things after this. Now, the next section I want to talk about is a philosophy that I've built for myself, and it has always worked for me. And I want to kind of put things into perspective as for you too, while you're in the process of studying yourself. And what I want to get at is that it is very important to get to the basics. Now, what do the basics look like? Now, let me give you a metaphor. Basics is like decorating a house that needs renovation. You can hang all the art you want, buy the nicest furniture, but if the foundation is cracked, the plumbing is bad, the wiring's off, none of that decor is actually going to hold up or actually make the house feel good to live in. This is what I mean by make sure you address the basics first before you get to the extras. Now, here are the basics: sleeping well, eating well, exercising, and hygiene. This to me is all about building the foundations first. I've noticed that when it comes to glowing up, a lot of women want to skip the basics and just want to immediately dive into shortcuts to becoming hotter and better and whatever that case is. Now, I understand why this happens. I know it's more exciting to buy new clothes or to book a procedure like a nice facial than it is to drink more water or sleep on time. Trust me, I get it. And plus, shortcuts feel faster, but they're not actually faster, they just look faster. And even spending money feels like progress, even when it's covering up a problem than actually solving it. So, here are some questions I want you to ask yourself while you're studying yourself. Am I actually hitting 7, 8+ hours of sleep before I commit to this 10-step skincare line to remove the bags under my eyes? Another question you can ask yourself is, am I going on a daily TMI bowel movement? Are you going to the bathroom every day? Or another question is, before I purchase this hydrating lip balm, am I drinking enough water to make sure my skin and lips are hydrated? Do you see what I mean? I think it's important to address the basics of proper sleep, eating well, movement, and even making sure you go to the bathroom once a day is important before you commit to this new procedure or new endeavor or whatever to make yourself look better. You have to address the basics first. Literally go through a checklist to make sure that you have the basics down. And once you do that, here are actual tangible practical steps and how you can study yourself to become your most beautiful version of yourself. Now, you can't dress or do your makeup or pick skincare for body and face that's not yours. You have to actually study your own blueprint instead of copying what works for someone else. Here are some pillars I want you to study. When it comes to makeup, you want to understand the type of skin that you have and the face shape that you have. For example, is your face shape oval? Is it heart-shaped? Is it square? This helps you pick a hairstyle that works for you. This can help you with your makeup contouring of where to place your contour. Let's say when you pick out sunglasses, which one fits best for your face, and also angles for photos based on your face shape. Second, I want you to pay attention to your body proportions. We all are beautifully different, and I want you to dress to what works with your body proportions. What is your natural shape? Have like a pear-like body. I have very wide hips, so I try to find pants or tailor my clothes to fit wardrobes that accentuate my waist or help kind of minimize my wide hips. So here's an image of what works for my body, and here's another image that you can find off Pinterest that tells you to help you pinpoint what is your exact body proportions. And once you learn what works for your body, you won't waste time buying clothes that were never for your body to start with, and secondly, really make you look good naturally. The goal is to work with your body and not against it. Third, try to figure out your undertone. This is something I learned recently. Are you cool? Are you warm? I even learned that there's different types of olive undertones. Like there's a cool olive undertone and a warm undertone. And once you understand that, you can, pinpoint a better foundation color for yourself or what kind of lip color looks best for you. That is another thing I want you to study. And also, when you study the undertone, you can even go as far as finding what type of jewelry looks best for your skin tone. Silver jewelry or gold jewelry or both. In addition to your undertone, you can do a color analysis. This has been popping off on TikTok. I've seen a lot of people do it. And you can pretty much see based off your skin color and your hair color, what colors match your skin tone the best. And it's crazy how some colors make you look dead and some colors make you look really alive. And once you figure out what colors look best for you, that is what you can start paying for more often when you pick out clothes with your body proportions, and you look absolutely amazing because it's like that color's for you. For me, I believe I am like a true winter based on my dark features, and I'm like a high contrast, which is another thing I want you to study, is whether you are low contrast or high contrast in terms of how to do your makeup. For the longest time growing up in Nashville, I thought I was low contrast and was trying to do what all the girls around me did, and I actually felt kind of embarrassed putting on the thick eyeliner and the light colored lips. But even though it made me feel pretty, I saw no one else doing it around me, and I felt like I was doing the most. But in reality, I was high contrast. I could get away with that, and I should have been proud of that and worn it more confidently growing up. But once you just, until you learn what works best for you and how this is a thing and get that validation, now I can confidently say that, more makeup looks great on me. and I can pull it off due to the fact that I'm high contrast and that it doesn't work for everyone, and that's just accepting your natural unique features. Last thing I want you to do is to experiment. You won't know exactly what works for you until you start experimenting, which means that you kind of have to go as far as ordering skincare products and returning it, putting in the work and the time and the research and looking at testimonials and really put I know a lot of women want to skip this and look for shortcuts, but once you do realize that you're a case study, and if I put in this time, this will set me up for the rest of my life and make my life easier. So trial and error is definitely part of this case study. Pretty much studying your own blueprint turns beauty from guesswork into actual valuable information for you. You literally stop wasting time and money on things that don't work for you. And I will go as far as saying that self-studying is a form of self-respect. You're paying attention to yourself closely, enough to actually know what you need instead of just copying someone else's answer. So, tangible actions to take away from this is look up ways to identify your face shape and undertone and quizzes that exist. Second, I want you to pick one product or style choice this month to actually test and evaluate rather than guessing and copying a trend. And lastly, pick 2 to 3 influencers, creators, celebrities that look like you, people that actually share your features, and use them as reference points, not just whoever is popular. Like I recently learned that I have hooded droopy eyes, and a celebrity that has that is Anne Hathaway. As a celebrity that we also have the same color analysis. And I recently watched her movie, The Devil Wears Prada, too. And the exact colors that she was wearing in that movie are colors that would actually look good on me too. I found my look-like celebrity that I can look up to in terms of seeing inspiration, for example, styles and colors and makeup looks. Alrighty guys, this wraps up our video about how to study yourself to look the hottest, most glowing, most vibrant version of yourself, and to take out the guesswork and to make this a lifelong lesson. You enjoyed it, and if there's anything that you learned or you have a takeaway or you have a comment, please don't forget to leave it down below. Please don't forget to stick around and like and subscribe, and I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you. Bye.